guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Jess, and today I have been tagged by the beautiful Kaylee over at Kiki Tech here on YouTube to do the 20 questions book tag. Thank you, Kaylee. So I thought it'd be a fun idea to do today since it's Saturday and I'm currently off work and I'm home alone and have nothing to do at the moment. So I'm just chilling in my Harry Potter sweatshirt and PJs because it's freezing cold here. So yeah, I'll just jump right in. And the first question is, how many books is too many books in a book series? For me, I don't think there's a number if it's necessary. Like in Harry Potter, all those books are necessary. They're leading to a conclusion. Like they're building up. You're getting there. Books like book series like the Stucky Stackhouse series by, I can't think, Charlene Harris. That's unnecessary long. Like it's not leading to anything. Like it does conclude in a really good way, but like she could have ended it like 3 books in, 5 books in, 6 books in even. Like the book series is unnecessary long. So I feel like there's not really a number on it if it's necessary to the world building and story building and getting to the conclusion. But if it's just a case of like just book after book after book after book of just like small tidbits of the story bit by bit, that's too many. That's what I mean, if that makes sense. The next question, how do you feel about cliffhangers? Hate them. I hate them if I haven't got the next book in the series on hand. If I do, I love them because that gets me really excited about reading the next book. But if I haven't got it, I really hate them. Like what happens is, if I read a book, say it's the 4th book in a series and it ends in a cliffhanger, and I want to know what happens straight away, so what I'll do is I'll either go out and buy it, which 90% of the time I won't do because books here in Ireland in the shops are like twice as dear as buying them online, like twice as expensive. So I will order online at Amazon or Book Depository. It'll take like 2 weeks to get here. By that stage I've read a couple of books in between the 4th book and receiving the 2nd book that I've kind of lost my interest in it, and it'll take me like 6 months to get around to read it, and then I'll have to reread the 2 of them again because I'll forget what happens. And so yeah, that's what I don't like. Next question, hard copy or paperback? Paperback unless I adore the book. I have this thing about buying all my books in paperback if it's available. If it's a book that I really want and it's only in hard copy and it's cheap, I'll get it. If I could pick, it's always paperback. And then if I really love series like Harry Potter, I'll have to buy it in hardback. Like the Court of Thorns and Roses, I bought them all in paperback. Absolutely adored them, so I got the 3 books in hard copy for Valentine's Day because I feel like they'll last longer on my shelf and they're more durable if I really want to keep them on my shelf. So yeah. Number 4, favourite book. It's a hard one in the sense of I feel like everyone says Harry Potter, but in my case it's true. I absolutely love Harry Potter, and it's not one book in particular. It's, well, if I had to pick, it'd be Half-Blood Prince, but it's the whole series, and I don't want to come across as like, oh, that's an answer everyone gives, because it is. I've watched a couple of these videos and this is an answer that everybody gives. But yeah, Harry Potter. Or if we're gonna go like out of like young adult fiction, my favourite adult fiction will be Outlander. Trash. Absolute trash. Favourite book series, adult book series and book, Outlander. It's just amazing. It's just completely hooked. It's from the first like chapter, you're like, you just keep reading and you get so involved in like Claire and Jamie's life and what happens, and yeah, that's it. The next question, if I can unlock my phone. Isn't it cute? Least favourite book. Least favourite book. Um, it'd probably be Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe by Melissa Dela Cruz. That's the most recent book I can think of that I hate. I hate it. I gave it away already. It's gone. Don't own it anymore. Absolute crap. Couldn't finish it. Couldn't finish it. And like I was like 10 pages away, and I just said it's not worth it. I don't need to know what happens. Good luck. 6. Love triangles. Yes or no? Love triangles. Yes, if they're done in a tasteful way. I don't like this whole a love triangle for the sake of a love triangle. Like, the story doesn't need it. Like, if the story's going well and it's an interesting plot, and like the author just throws in a love triangle just to have this secondary storyline going on, I feel like it's unnecessary. If the book is mainly set on a different like if it's a romance book or it's a new adult book, yeah, that's, you mean, you know, you're getting into a romance, you know, you're reading about people's lives and people's like their love interest. But if you're reading it like an action thriller or something, and then a love triangle is thrown in for the sake of having one, I don't find that really something that appeals to me, and it loses points in my eyes. The most recent book you just couldn't finish. Be the same as my least favourite book, and that'd be Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe by Mrs. Dela Cruz. I was like 10 pages away from finishing it, and I just put it down. I just thought it's not worth it. Even though I had read the book, I didn't care enough to finish it. I was like forcing myself to read it. So 8. A book you are currently reading. I'm currently reading 2 books at the moment, and they are Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I'm just about finished that, and Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. They're both rereads because Tahira Mafi's 4th book in that series or world, Restore Me, is out in like 2 weeks time, and I recently bought Crystal Kingdom by Morgan Rhodes. It's the 5th book in the Fallen Kingdom series, so I want to kind of get back into that world, so I'm going to reread the whole series. And then her last book in that series, well, our most recent book in that series, Immortal Kingdom, I think it's called. It's Immortal Kingdom. Is out soon. Or it's already out, is it out? It's already out, excuse me, it's already out, so I want to get that next month, maybe for my birthday, and then I can be up to date on it. The next question is, last book you recommended to someone. That was Last Seen Alive by what's that girl's name? Last Seen Alive by Claire Douglas. Last Seen Alive by Claire Douglas. Whoa, brain fart. Yeah, my friend in work was looking for like something to read on holidays, and I recommended that book to her, and she is currently loving it. So yeah. The next question, question 10. Oldest book you've read, publication date. The tricky one. I've read a couple of classics, so I'm trying to think of who would be the oldest in publication date. It'd probably be Northanger Abbey. Oh, it's my favourite Jane Austen novel. Northanger Abbey is, I think, would be the oldest book that I've read in publication date. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's that one. Newest book you read, that would be The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert, and I gave it 3 stars. I'm going to review it on this channel soon, so I'll go into more about it then. I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. It wasn't great, but I enjoyed it. Favourite author. It depends. Favourite author for me would be depending on the genre. It would depend on the genre. So for like new adulty kind of books, Colleen Hoover all the way. Colleen Hoover and Abby Glines. Both of them girls, oh god. They're like, oh, I'll buy the book is out, I'm gonna buy it. For like sci-fi, it'd be Morgan Rhodes. I just love that whole thing. Historical fiction, Diana Gabaldon, obviously. Teen, young adult, J.K. Rowling. I think that's all I can think of. So yeah, I know it wasn't one, but it has to be YA Junior. I haven't got like one. If I had to pick one overall, it would be J.K. Rowling, but I can't keep saying Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling for everything, so I'm gonna break it down into genres. Buying or borrowing books. Buying all the way. I cannot stand borrowing books. I feel under pressure to read them and get them back, so I would rather have my own copy, read them at my ease and get them when I want to and when I feel in the mood for them. So yeah. A book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. Book that I dislike. The Prodigy series by Marie Lu. I just hate the whole series. And this has been said in my unpopular opinions tag. I just didn't like it, and I've seen like people go like crazy to the point where they have fan pages and like they have like these whole pages on Instagram dedicated to like fan art of the series. I just couldn't get into it. Bookmarks or dog ears. Oh god, if somebody dog eared my book, we can't be friends. Bookmarks all the way. And if I haven't got a bookmark, I will find something to use as a bookmark. And when I'm in work, it's usually post-its, because that's all I can find in work. Or I will put a paperclip on the page. I do not dog ear books. It just makes them ugly looking. Why would you ruin a book? Why? I don't understand. 16, a book you can always read. That'd have to be either Outlander or Harry Potter. Harry Potter if I'm feeling kind of in the mood for something magical, and Diana Gabaldon's Outlander if I'm feeling more like fictiony, historical fictiony, something more like more adulty. If that makes sense. More of an adult read. Can you read while hearing music? No, I cannot read. I actually envy people who I see on the bus and commuting to work who have like headphones in while they're reading, or people that I've seen that can just like listen, have that TV on and like really loud. I don't need it to be like utterly quiet, but I need like if the TV is and I need it really low, so I'm not paying attention to it. But no, cannot listen to music. If I miss, like I can't multitask that way. My brain doesn't work that way. I cannot hear music because my mind will drift into the song because I'm constantly singing if I am listening to music. So no, can't be done. 18. One point of view or multiple point of views. One point of view. I find multiple, maybe like one or two is okay, but more than that, and I just find like you find it really hard to connect with the characters. So I would rather it be like one or maybe at most one or two. Like Game of Thrones, I just could not get I still can't get my head around the 16 character point of views. Because by the time you get back to a character that you're really interested in, you've forgotten what he's been talking about in his last chapter. I find it really hard to read. Do you read a book a day? Do you read a book in one sitting or multiple days? It depends. Like the weekend, I can read like 2 books on like Saturday and Sunday. I can read a book a day. During the week though, when I'm working like 9 hours, 10 hours, and I only have like 6 hours, and I go home from work to make dinner and shower and get lunch ready for the next day, I read it for an hour, and it'll take me like this week I started on Monday, and it's currently Saturday and I'm still reading it, so I know I'm going to finish that today. And then I started Fallen Kingdoms this morning. I know I'm going to finish that tonight, so depending on my schedule, it can be either or. And then 20, finally, last question, who do you tag? I would have tagged Kaylee, but she tagged me, and she's already done the video, so I'm going to tag Charlie at Duvet Day Devours to do this tag. It'd be really interesting to see what she has to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and like and follow me on my social media in the down bar. I'll leave all the links, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.